All right, we're recording. All right, hello and welcome everybody to our Isogenics business webinar. I'm going to minimize, oh, nope, can't do that. All right, new to this, so give me a second. Casey, might need your help.
I got you, girl, if you do.
It is not letting, I am having such difficulties today.
If you're having any technical difficulties, you just want to pass it over to me and I'll make me host and I'll rock and roll it.
Well, it is not letting me minimize
Okay.
so that I can show my screen. Oh, there it is. Okay, never mind, found it. Now let me back up. All right. Welcome to everybody to Isogenics. So just a quick disclaimer here that we are just a food company. We're a nutritional company. We can't make any claims with regard to treating, preventing, curing, diagnosing any diseases because we're just food, as well as any compensation levels that you see today is based on each person's effort, their time commitment, activity. You can find this disclaimer in the isogenicsbusiness.com. And I want to tell you a little bit about Isogenics and the solutions that it offers before I introduce our first guest, who I'm excited to share with. So we have solutions to transform lives in the area of weight loss, energy and performance, healthy aging, and wealth creation. And although this is our business webinar and we're going to be primarily focused on wealth creation, neither of our guests, none of them actually came in for the wealth creation. We all came in for some type of transformation or solution that we were looking for in our own bodies, which led to an amazing financial opportunity. So the Isogenics vision is to impact world health, free people from physical and financial pain, and in the process create the largest health and wellness company in the world. And we are so doing that. And I want to first bring up one of my dearest friends. I've known her for about 20-ish years. I'm not going to say how long. I love this girl. We used to be neighbors long time ago. And she is just one of the most amazing people you will ever want to meet. Heart of gold. Cindy, if you'll unmute yourself, I want to know if you will go ahead and share your story with everyone.
Absolutely. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Well, hey, everyone. My name is Cindy Murphy, and before Isogenics, I was actually a very frustrated nurse who was working and I had a lot of discomfort in my body. And I'd actually been bitten by a bug overseas, and nobody really ever diagnosed me with that. And I think somebody just came on, and we might need to mute them out. But anyway, no one ever really gave me a diagnosis for that. And
All right. Cindy, you'll have to unmute yourself again. I'm sorry.
that's okay. All right. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Perfect. So basically, before Isogenics, I was a really frustrated nurse. I was working a lot, trying to keep everything going. I also was, I had a lot of discomfort in my body. I had been bitten by a bug. I was overseas. That was eventually told, like the doctor eventually told me that's exactly what happened to me, but never could really give me a solution. So in a year, I still nursed. I loved being a nurse, and but I would come home and I just didn't have anything left to give to my family. I would lay around and eat because when you hurt, that's easy to do. And so that's exactly what I did. I put on a lot of weight in a year, and really saw you and Isogenics. Wendy as my neighbor. I saw a picture and I was like, my goodness, what is she doing? She has to share this with me, and she did. And I trusted Wendy, so I just said, absolutely, I'll jump on. Casey Pluff was actually at her house presenting at the time, and Casey asked me if I was interested in the business at all, and I said, absolutely not, no interest, none whatsoever, don't ask me again. But what ended up happening was this amazing transformation that you see. And what I love to share is that the thing that people don't see is how you feel. So like you can look at a picture, and a picture does speak 1,000 words, but there's even more to be said, because I was suffering so much in that picture on the left. And, I remember just the absolute gratitude that I had for feeling like I had my life back. And so ultimately it became something more than just me losing weight. And when you've got something that good that you've grabbed hold of, you share with others. That's just became very natural and organic for me.
Tell us about your favorite product.
Well, everybody kind of knows that my favorite product is eShot, but you said I couldn't do it because you had it. And then I was like, well, Ionic Supreme, and somebody else has that. So we know that those are two amazing products. But I will tell you, at Celebration, I bit into one of these dairy-free bars and fell in love. Like, it's absolutely my favorite bar that I've had tasted in ice cream, probably that I've ever put in my mouth from anywhere. It's just really, really good. And I did a little dairy-free stint where I went completely dairy-free, and I love all of the dairy-free products. I love the way that I feel, my body feels when I'm using the dairy-free products, and these just taste good. I mean, they are just really delicious.
I can't wait to taste them. Mine actually came in the mail today, so yay.
And you haven't eaten one yet, girl?
Yeah, not yet. Not yet. I've been really busy. Tell us about a little bit when you had your transformation. I know, wow, you just really, your transformation was much like mine. It happened so quick, and you started sharing. Tell us what that did for you and your family.
Well, I honestly, in the beginning, I just started sharing from a place of that nurse place inside of me, that place in me that's always wanted to reach out and help others. So I was sharing for a very long time and denying that I really wanted to be a part of this business. Like, I use these quotes because that word really scared me. I don't really know why. I've looked back. I'm not really sure. I didn't have a negative feeling about really any kind of business. I was probably just scared that I might fail, to be quite honest. But it happened very organically because a lot of people saw what was happening in my body. A lot of people that I worked with too, they had seen the pain that I'd been through and all the struggles. So it wasn't just the weight loss. There was that attraction, but also they saw how great I was feeling. So what I realized was that this eventually what I realized was that this could, the integrity of this company, the integrity of the people that I had become friends with. I knew you, but the integrity of the other people within the team that I became really close friends with, and what was happening in my bank account just as I began to share, just really organically from my heart to truly help others. I really did take a look at it, and ultimately we were pretty miserable as a family. My son, who is sitting to my left right now, hello, and he in the beginning, he was going to daycare. He was not happy there. He was actually being bullied. I would pick him up and he would cry, and I had to clock in and out. I didn't have a choice. My husband had to work. I didn't have a choice. And for me, what Isagenix has meant, I love these dollar figures, but all of that represents other people's lives changed, but it also represents choice. And that's what I always like to share. This is not about the money as much as it is what that income can bring to your life in the regards of choice. So, what is it that you desire in your life, for your family, for contribution, for all of those things, because this vehicle can take you wherever you decide to go with it. There's no ceiling. There's no limit.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Cindy. I really appreciate that.
Thank
And
you.
quickly, I'm going to tell you guys my story. I was introduced to Isagenix on Facebook with Casey Pluff, who you're going to hear from in just a little bit. And I didn't even know her. We weren't friends on Facebook. So it was really one of those things that I had been praying about. I saw a picture that had popped up on my news feed, and I wasn't really sure how I even saw the picture, but I simply liked the picture. I didn't comment. I didn't say, oh, I need that solution, or, oh, I need to lose weight. I liked it, and I actually closed Facebook as soon as I liked the photo. And I literally laid there and prayed that God would send a solution to help me. I had tried for 15 years to lose my baby weight. My daughter was 15 years old, and I just couldn't use that excuse anymore. But I had tried literally everything that I knew of, that I'd heard of, even so much as going through liposuction back in 2012 that failed miserably and left me very scarred. And, I woke up the next morning, and I was actually sitting in the doctor's office when this bubbly little Casey texted me, and I can remember getting the text and not really sure who she was or how she even got a hold of me. But she said just a few little words have you been praying for a solution to lose weight? And knowing that I had just prayed the night before, it was like, oops, sorry, puppy. That was one of those things that I was like, oh my gosh, is that you, God? Are you talking to me? So I trusted her. She set up a time to talk to me that evening, and her and Jennifer called me. And I remember them telling me about it. It was so funny. I thought they were going to sell me an air purifier. I thought about it, and I looked at what I was spending every day and not getting the results that I needed. I was watching my health fail me miserably, in and out of doctor's offices all the time, barely able to keep my full-time job, at risk of being fired for missing so much work. I had 4 kids here at home, 3 of which were special needs. My husband and I have been foster parents for special needs children for 17 years. And I felt so guilty because he was doing all of the work. And it was really my passion that led us to become foster parents. So the guilt was really weighing on me, but literally it was all I could do to function in my 40-hour a week job. So, you may look at my before picture and think, well, you weren't that overweight. I think, pictures don't really do justice to how some of us, the pain that we feel inside, not just the physical discomfort, but the emotional discomfort. I was overweight. I was exhausted. My mindset was not where it needed to be, literally from many, many, many attempts at failing. And just a very few months into my system, I could not believe how my body transformed. It continues to transform, the weight that I lost, the energy, but even more, just as equally as all of the physical transformations, just the support that I've gotten from Jennifer and Casey and Cindy and literally all of you on this call and hundreds upon hundreds of others that just reached out to me, didn't know me, and just congratulated me and, encouraging me to share. And I was very private. I was the chick who put Casey in her phone as do not answer because I didn't want to sell anything. I tried sales before, failed miserably. And I like what someone told me today. We really don't sell. We just share our story. The products sell themselves because the results are there. People are experiencing the results firsthand. There's nothing to sell here. It's just a story to tell. People are ready or they're not. We never push. We just guide people into whatever decision they're ready for. But what it did when I finally did talk to Jennifer and Casey, and they expressed how easy it was to share with others. I started sharing with my very close inner circle, Cindy, and some of my family and close friends. And like Cindy said, organically, the revenue just came in. I mean, it was just amazing. I remember my first event. I'd only been on the products maybe 2 months, and I met Jennifer, and I really got to sit down, and Carlotta and Melissa, and I roomed with Casey. And of course, I'm keeping her up all hours of the night, picking her brain. And that event changed my life. It was an Isogenics University in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I'll never, ever forget sitting there and just being amazed at all of the people walking across stage as a six-figure income earner with absolutely no experience whatsoever. And I thought, well, if they can do it, why can't I? It's like Casey said at that time, I'm a walking billboard. So I started just organically sharing, and it just happened. And in 7 months, I was able to replace my paralegal income, which you can see was not very much. But I was able to come home and stay home with my son and my daughters and be able to raise my family instead of having them in daycare. And of course, I'm still building, still sharing, still loving the products. They've changed my life. I can't imagine ever, going back. And yes, e-shots are definitely my favorite product, although I am completely dairy-free now, thanks to Casey. And, this woman, I cannot tell you, her and Jennifer and Cindy and so many, but this woman, without reaching out to me just simply because I liked a photo, there's so many people that would not be where they are right now. I mean, literally, I looked at my back office today and I wanted to have this number for you. I have 5,266 people in my downline, and none of those lives would have been changed if it weren't for this lady right here. Casey, can you unmute yourself and share your story, please?
Yeah, I'm unmuted. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
All right, awesome. Well, gosh, Wendy, I love you so much. Cindy, you guys, so much too about, when you're talking about the opportunity with Isagenix, it has so much to do with when you hear people's lives are being transformed like that. I know for me, I also just started as a product user. I was a night shift nurse. I was living on Red Bull coffee, Diet Mountain Dew. That was the name of the game. I put the products in my body. I felt fantastic. I hadn't been taking care of myself. Jennifer introduced me to it, and thank God she did. I was sharing it casually because I just felt good and I was making some money. But then what happened is I kind of got disconnected when I really got kind of more educated on the nutritional aspect of what Isagenix was and kind of where our food system was. I felt kind of disconnected from the nursing world. And I mean, I must need to come up to Greenville if I ever go back to nursing, because girl, your base salary was way more than mine. My base salary as a nurse, you guys, was $38,000 starting. And that's if you're not counting shift diffs or weekends, nights, holidays, overtime, and all of that as a new nurse getting out, right? Then I'm on this stuff called Product B also, right, that I'm putting in my body, feeling fantastic. And I read a book called The 4-Year Career. Product B is definitely one of my favorites, but, for anybody who's not taking that, and I encourage anybody who wants to know more about the product to be in our product group pages. You can get really educated on that. But, think about student loans too. I don't know if you guys know anybody that get out of college, they have student loans, maybe they want to get married, have a wedding. I know I had just gotten married, just had a wedding. You talk about student loan debt. Right now, they're 8% front-loaded loans, taxes going up, just really where the economy is. And, then you talk about something like baby boomers. I mean, baby boomers alone, you talk about healthy aging for that. 1 out of every 2 baby boomers, okay, they're spending $1. 1 out of every $2 is going to their health. So you talk about that being the need for money. And if you could just back up real quick, Wendy, to that previous slide for me. Other way. There we go. This was why I really decided to take a look at this opportunity. So the reason why Cindy and Wendy both did it, it was because, they wanted to get home to their children and, to have more choices, right? Choices. I wanted to retire this man from the military. And, when you start this opportunity, or maybe you're curious as to what it is, my whole thing is to say, what if what these people are sharing is true? If you use the products, it's true, right? But what if network marketing is this thing of the 21st century and I believe that it's not going to be, are you going to be in a network marketing company? It's going to be which one? And you are going to be so glad that it's Isagenix when you really start to study the industry as a whole, because this is the wealth solution that people have. People are praying they need more money, right? Why are we on this call? It's a Wednesday night and we're all sitting here on this call or watching this recording because we have a need inside of us for something more. And when I read the book, The 4-Year Career, and I learned that I could turn a yearly income into a monthly income, and I was able to do that in under 4 years, That is phenomenal. And, you know, I treated it kind of like a little hobby when I first got started because I didn't know the realness that this business is. And, you know, network marketing, the industry last year alone did $182 billion. And, you know, you think plan with energy and performance, you know, just a healthy aging, weight loss. Those are hundreds of multi-billions dollar industries combined. So, you know, that is something that I want to be involved with as an entrepreneur. I know when I got started, I said, is that one of those things? Right. Network marketing, is that a pyramid scheme is kind of a question that was going in my mind because that's what I had thought. But I was in a pyramid scheme for a really long time, and it was called corporate America, where I was, you know, just being paid not based on what I produced, but based on a title. And so when I learned that there was no limit on the earning potential that I could have, and I feel like I'm just getting started, and, you know, my whole heart wishes for everybody to really treat this like the opportunity that it is. Because I mean, you talk about being able to create $30, $40, $50,000 in a month. That is life-changing. That can bring your husband home. That can adopt pets, kids, donate to causes that are important to you. Like, what is it? You know, and I love that you use that word choice, Cindy, when you talked about, you know, freedom. I was sitting with my friend Chris the other day, and it was like, what does freedom mean to you? Like, people are asking you, like, you know, you've done this. Well, what's freedom? Freedom, honestly, is just choice. That's what it is. I can do what I want, when I want, with who I want. And this business is super simple. We use the products. And then we're going to share the products, and we're going to share it with people who just want to consume the products. We're going to share it with people who want to casually share it. And then we're going to share it with the few who decide that they really want to build. It's amazing when you really think about over time what happens. And, you know, just to think about that number in your organization, Wendy. And, you know, I've been in it for about a year longer than Wendy. My organization's over 16,000 people. So that's the amount of lives that are being transformed. That's what those dollars represent. You know, geometric progression is one of my favorite things, and it's compounding interest. It's compounding the pay plan and everything. And we've got great webinars that really do go over that. So I just encourage everybody to, you know, check them out, get educated, realize what this is. And none of us would be on this call if we didn't have the incredible Miss Jennifer Trinkner. And Jennifer, I've known Jennifer forever, right? So Jennifer didn't necessarily walk around and have a transformation story to tell, right? She's always been this hot. And when somebody that looks like this, Barbie, tells you, oh, you can lose some weight, you're like, right? You want to just smack her right there. So, but Jennifer, you have changed my life. You have changed so many people's lives on here. You know, you think about, you are number one, the worldwide right now, the number one business builder worldwide. That is absolutely remarkable. When you think about like 550,000 active associates worldwide, that you're number one. I mean, that's massive. And you didn't have a background in this industry. You were a mom, you know, just, I'm just so grateful because the fact that you put these products in your body and you share them with me. So I would just love to have you, you know, share some of your story with us and just really talk about what network marketing has done to you and the power of it. Because your income, that just excites me that you've been in it about a little over a year longer than me, because I'm ready to push forward where you are. Are you unmuted, Jen?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Hey. Well, thank you for sharing your story, Casey. You guys are amazing. But first of all, thank you all for joining us on this call and just hearing our stories. This is what I'm most passionate about, is just the stories. You know, I mean, I don't know how you could get on a call like this and hear those stories and not just be completely moved, because I know I was. So my journey began 5 years ago. Prior to Isagenix, I was really suffering in silence. I had a lot of digestive issues. I was tired. I was just had a lot of pressure. I was going to doctors, gastroenterologists. Some days I wouldn't want to get out of bed. I just was that exhausted from the, you know, just inflammation and everything. So about that time, a really dear friend of mine, and I had prayed just like you, Wendy, for a long time. I prayed for a solution. I was like, dear Lord, how, you know, I can't imagine going my life, you know, living like this. And no, I didn't have an outer body, you know, transformation, but the way I felt inside was miserable. It was just as bad, you know, as you can imagine. So a really dear friend of mine called me up one day, and she had known of my struggles, and she said, Jennifer, I've been on this program and I think it's the solution for you. This is what it's done for me. So she wanted to have lunch, and I got together with her, and I saw her transformation in 3 weeks. I mean, she looked amazing. Her energy was through the roof. She lost 15 pounds in 3 weeks. And I was like, well, evidently it's working for you. So I got started. She did mention that there was a business opportunity, and I said, no way, not interested whatsoever. But I got the products in my body, you guys, and within 5 days, I can tell you, I was a new woman. I bounced out of bed. My energy was through the roof. I wasn't bloated anymore. Within the first week, I wasn't craving coffee and sugar, and that was huge for me because I was a major, you know, sugarholic. And, you know, just like all of you guys, I started to share it organically, because when you're passionate about something, you know, it's like anything else. It's like your favorite dress store, your favorite restaurant. You're going to share it, you know, and this system really just absolutely changed my life. And why would I not share it? So for a couple months, I just started to do that. And, you know, the people I was sharing it with were getting great results and loving it. And then I found out about an event that was happening in Atlanta, and I decided to just be open-minded. You know, I'm like, I obviously love these products. What if, you know, what I wanted to know what it was about, because I didn't know. I really didn't even know what network marketing was, and what I knew of it, I didn't like. So I was kind of turned off. When I was about 17, I went to like you know, one of these events, and I was like, I'm never doing that. It just did not appeal to me. But I went to an Isogenics event, and it was the stories, you guys. It was just the transformations that I heard, the people that had this financial success, and many of them with no network marketing experience. And it was at that event that I decided, you know, I just caught the vision is what it was. I just really felt like I'd found my passion and my purpose. I knew that I could impact a lot of people by sharing this. And I came home from that event, and I just made a decision that I was going to do this. And I didn't care how long it took. I didn't care what I had to do. I knew that the tools were in place. We have all these brilliant tools. And I was like, you know, I just felt like I was going to school for a little bit to kind of learn how it worked. And I was a mess at first. You know, I just was sharing it all over the place. And of course have gotten better, and I've connected with, you know, amazing people like you guys. Casey Pluff came, you know, I've known her for a while. I called her up, introduced her to it, and she's, you know, skyrocketed. So, you know, my income, again, is just a reflection of all of the incredible people that have come in on this team and just share their passion with other people. All of, you know, a lot of you that are on the call tonight, you know, it's you guys. It's what you have gone out and done. And you've, you know, followed this system, and there's nothing easier. And I can tell you, I don't have a degree, you know, and I didn't really even want a degree. I knew that I was an entrepreneur, and when I put my mind to something, that I would do it, and I would do it in a big way. I had just not found anything that I was super passionate about. I modeled before, had a great career, and then I was kind of at the end of my modeling career and feeling very unfulfilled until Isogenics came into my life. So it was really an answered prayer for my health issues, for me finding my passion, my purpose, and you know, and sharing it in the world. And you know, there's just no stopping. I mean, that's the beauty of this compensation plan. There is no ceiling. We get paid to unlimited depths, you know, so again, I'm not stopping. That's my reentry position, and I plan on maxing that one out too. So if you're not on board, why not? You know, why not give it a try? You know, it's 30 days, money back guarantee. If you don't love this, then send it back, get your money back. But I promise you, you're going to have the support, you're going to have the results, you're going to love this, and it will absolutely be the best decision you've ever made.
Amen. Amen. It was definitely the best decision that I ever made. Jennifer, I can't thank you enough. I mean, we have gratitude journals, guys, like in the personal development, the person that you get to become, and you're in my gratitude journal nightly. I mean, my life would not be where it is. And I constantly am texting you like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, because you just can't imagine what it's like to be able to take this gift for really what it is. And, like you said, Jennifer, I mean, what do you have to lose? And, you think about traditional business models too, where all the capital, the overhead, the investments, the time, I went to school for 6 years and I invested a lot of time and a lot of money. Why not put myself through Isogenics tools training and go all done, Wendy and Cindy and everybody else that's on this call. There's so many amazing leaders, and it really is just incredible the leverage that you have and the way that the team works together and that we all help each other succeed. It's been the most remarkable journey that you can possibly imagine. And I'm just so grateful. And so, you're either on here because you're checking out Isogenics and seeing what the opportunity is all about. Maybe you've been a product user for a while and you wanted to dive into it or just learn a little bit more. Absolutely none of us did have any, Wendy thought she was getting an air purifier. None of us had any background in network marketing. And, quite often some of us very turned off by it too, right? I know the majority of people on this call did start as product users that just got passionate about something. And, I said, yes, we learned how to do it later. Because the thing is you get to earn while you learn. And then those checks are reflecting of, again, that compounding interest, that over time, that this person's live, that person's live, and more lives change. And so just want to thank you all for joining us. Just get back with whoever invited you to this presentation to understand the ins and the outs of the compensation plan. We've got all great tools and videos that anybody can send you guys. Be sure that you're in our product pages, learning more about that. Or, if you're building our business, once you're a business builder, you're in our business groups where we have a lot of fun too. So just want to thank everyone. Thank you so much, Wendy, for your awesome control on the technology. Always fun. And Cindy for your share, and Jennifer for your share. We're so grateful to you guys for joining us, and it's really just a remarkable journey. So just what if this is that thing that you've been looking for? So even not looking for, maybe it's just like knocking you on the head. I'm like, I got something for you, right? So thank you guys so much for joining us, and we'll see you guys next Wednesday and in the groups. And we'll post a recording for everyone too.
Where are you posting it? Posting. Where does it get posted?